Hi, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the My Time podcast, the pilot episode. I am so excited to start on this new podcasting journey, and I'm super thankful that I got you as my very first guest.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. Podcast numero uno.
Yep. So the
Um,
quality, we can expect the quality and the production to be better, as we go along. But the great Gary Vaynerchuk always says, done is better than perfect. So I just want to crank this out today.
Power up.
Let's do it. Okay, Jose. So our guest today is Jose Samano. He is one of our team leaders here and owner at Power Real Estate Group. He's been in the industry for a really long time, 20 years now, right?
20 years. 20. I mean, if you count my first 2 years as an intern, 22 years.
Okay.
But yeah, 20 years in the biz.
Gotcha. So today's podcast is going to be centered around how to make a career out of real estate and not just a job. So you've obviously been in the business for a long time. And we're going to get to all the nitty-gritty and stuff. But first of all, who's Jose Samano? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, just to make it short, I've been in the industry 20 years. I've done everything from, opening up my own brokerage on the real estate side to doing mortgages to
Okay.
flipping houses. We were a part of Remax and
Yeah.
I've been doing Zillow for about 10 years
Okay.
now. So online lead generation, all that kind of good jive. And now we're a part of Real Brokerage Technologies. We feel it's the future of real estate.
There you go. That's awesome. So, you like you said, being in different offices for a really long time, you've obviously seen a lot of new agents come and go, correct?
Correct.
So what are some of the successful traits that you see of any real estate agent has?
Number one is discipline.
Okay.
Number two is grit. Number three I would say is having fun and being joyful about the journey
Yeah.
that you're going to embark on, because the thing about real estate is like it's never ending, right?
Sure.
And so you got to really enjoy kind of what you're doing. You have to have a lot of discipline, and I would say there are some challenging times in the real estate industry, so having grit and having the ability to overcome is going to
Right.
be extremely crucial in that.
So I actually agree with every point you said right there, Jose. But the interesting I find about that is, would you say those traits as we just said, having grit, perseverance, courage in some way, being able to take no as a rejection, are those traits that people can learn, or is it like an it factor?
There are some people that are that have experienced life and already kind of come with that,
Yeah.
right? Because I always believe that wisdom or experience just comes from like actually going through the process
Exactly.
and experiencing things. It's not or necessarily like your tenure in the business, right? And these are all like things that you can learn. It's not necessarily anything that is only God given and only certain people, like athleticism, right? Like some
Right.
people got it, some people don't. I think it's something that you can definitely learn, and part of it is just being around other individuals who have these traits, so you could kind of immerse yourself in it.
Sure. Yeah, and I agree with everything you said there. One of the cool things about being Power here is I really meet people from all walks of life, now
Correct.
that I think about it, right?
Yeah.
So all that different experience, different cultures, we learn from each other in a
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
and it just helps us grow even faster.
I would say so. I mean, I learn from you guys all the time. I'm always looking up to you guys. I'm seeing kind of what you guys are doing, how you guys go about your daily, activities, and even sometimes when I'm feeling down, just watching you guys, how you guys are so disciplined and how you guys are just in it.
Yeah.
It just kind of makes me kind of want to do it.
Awesome. Well, it kind of follows up with my next question here, Jose. What are some of the common challenges you see that us newer agents have, and how to overcome those challenges?
So the first challenge that I think most agents have is obviously they don't know anything about the industry. Number
Yeah.
one, they don't get enough at bats.
Okay.
And they don't have like a coach or somebody that could teach them how to do this, right? And so I wish that when I started, I had a coach and I had somebody that could mentor me, or even a team that could give me the ropes, because
Yeah.
it took me about 10 years to kind of really figure it out,
Sure.
and to really start transacting. And when I started into real estate, I was already a broker for 4 years when I started selling houses.
Oh wow! So you had your licenses for 4 years, but not really
Did
selling until you got your broker's
correct. I was
license.
doing loans,
Okay, but
right?
holding a real estate license
Holding
at the
a
same
real estate.
time.
Yeah, I got my real estate license at 19,
Okay.
but I never really practiced real estate. All I did was loans, and then I went and got my broker's license, and all I did was loans. And then eventually I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna try this real estate stuff, and I'm gonna see how it goes. And it wasn't pretty in the beginning.
Okay.
I door knocked. I sent out like I don't know how many flyers through all of Santa Ana, and it just didn't really kind of jive. It didn't really work for me.
Yeah.
And again, it's because I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anybody to tell me like,
Okay.
hey, this is the way you need to approach it.
Yeah.
These are the things that you need to say. And essentially, what happened is I failed. And through that failure came the opportunity to start working with Zillow. And then, so after like 5 months of running around trying to figure it out, a girl came up to me and was like, "Hey, I want, this young lady, her name is Susana. She came up to me and she said, "Hey, you know what? There's this thing called Zillow. You should probably check them out.
Yeah.
There's buyers on the other side saying that they want to buy a house." And I always kind of knew that because lending is such a big part of the real estate transaction. I always knew like, oh look, I know the lending part really, really well, and clients like me. They want to work with me, and if I can, as long as I can meet people and I can get in front of them, I'll do a really good job. And by the time I got my third client, I was able to do that. So, going back to your question, if you're a new agent, I would definitely say go into a team that has leads. From there, try to find a team that has some sort of curriculum to teach you, or like a syllabus or something along those lines.
Structure is what you're saying.
Basically. Yeah.
Structure and not winging it.
Yeah, you can't wing it unless you want to fail like 99% of all the other agents do, like you definitely want to make sure that you're going to a team that caters to those type of agents.
Awesome. And being in the game for a long time, Jose, the industry has changed a lot, would you say?
Yeah.
So what would you say were some of the changes when you first started to today? And with the current climate right now, where do you think things are headed?
Well,
because I would say a long time ago, information wasn't accessible, right?
Correct.
Would you say when you first started?
Correct.
And then companies like Zillow, Redfin, all those innovators, they came around. I mean, and any industry, technology and that kind of progressive things are bound to happen, right?
Correct.
So would you say those kind of changes like helps agents' jobs become easier, or?
Well, I honestly think so. I know a lot of people don't.
Okay.
And I can understand where they're coming from, and I could understand their frustration. But one thing that we've learned in life and just in general, I mean, we're not on horses right now, right?
No.
Right? And for the most part, we're not even in gas cars anymore, right? Most of the office has Teslas now, right? And then so we're moving and progressing and moving forward. Like most of us don't send any mail nowadays. We have email, right? And so for agents that are out there like trying to stay stuck in the past, I just kind of tell them, you want to definitely progress with
embrace it, right?
Yeah. And embrace it, correct. And then so one of the things that when I started is we still had to put things in boxes.
What do you mean, like keys or what?
No, so like how you have like Sky Slope or
yeah.
So we actually we didn't have that.
Well, like physical folders to like organize.
Folders.
No way, bro.
Yeah. So my first job was that. My first job was putting things in physical folders.
Wow.
And we had to store them for 3 to 5 years, and then we had a storage locker that we had to put these files in order for us to do that, and then we had to present offers in person.
It's not like shooting over an email and a phone call, right?
So it was in person or through fax.
That's wild.
And then we got this thing called Mongo Fax for you guys out there. You guys know. So Mongo Fax would generate, like you would send your offer into Mongo Fax, and it would create a PDF. So then you could email it to people.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was this whole thing. I remember too when clients started coming into the office to search for properties on the MLS.
Yeah.
Because not everybody had great internet at their house. So clients didn't necessarily look for properties at their house. So they would come into the office. You would give them your buyer's agent presentation or whatever. You would talk to them about it. Then you would look at properties online in your computer at the office. and then that's how you would get them to actually see. There wasn't a like people weren't doing Zillow like
Oh
that.
my gosh, man! It sounds like you did a lot of like actual like physical work too. Because us
Correct.
now, a lot of it. I mean we can get a lot done sitting in front of the computer, right?
Correct.
Just kind of
Correct.
technology today. But it sounds like you were like a real estate apprentice for a few years. Like
Yeah.
you paid your dues, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just the way the times were, right? Like
Okay.
you didn't have access to a lot of these things.
Mhm.
Zillow wasn't even necessarily a huge thing. Like I said, I came
Yeah.
around to it. It was October of 2013. I spent
Mhm.
$500 on Zillow.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, some of you guys are probably still in high school at that time, right? And
Yeah.
so in the beginning, Zillow was, hey, we're gonna send you a lead, and it's gonna get sent to 12 different people or 8 different
Mhm.
people. So that's when I started figuring out that competition was really important
Yeah.
in order for me to get better, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of times, some of the agents or some of the people that I was talking to at the time were like, I don't like working with Zillow because they're selling the lead to multiple people. And they were kind of really discouraged by it, but I wasn't. I was kind of, my competitive spirit really made me want to get better
Right.
instead of saying like these aren't quality leads.
Mhm.
And so I know that that we have a folder. So 2014 was when that folder came out, right? That's when I started thinking of how do I provide more value to the buyer's
Mhm.
agent or to the buyer, so they can pick me over everyone else.
Right.
That's when I started handing out, again, the folder, putting together presentations for people.
Yeah.
I really looked at the buyer as a seller.
Okay.
And I know that at that time, not that many people were looking at as a buyer,
Mhm.
as somebody that was a high quality person. All I kept hearing was, buyers are liars. And
Mhm.
my whole thing is buyers are innocent until proven guililty.
Yes.
So for all you
There you
guilty
go.
guys out there.
That's a one-liner right there. Proven till innocent till proven, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing that I love about you, man. Like, with all that experience, you've always been an innovator, always looking ahead. I mean, even in our meetings every week, right? You're telling us the changes that are coming, encouraging us to embrace it, adapt with it, don't be scared of it.
Correct.
And I think just being like around everyone too, like working through it together
Yeah.
is probably the biggest thing. How I'm able to build my confidence when we go out there and talk to people and stuff. Me personally, at least.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I'm super proud of you and everyone here in the office for,
Thank you.
just so quickly becoming a great agent. And,
Mhm.
you know, I feel like the future of real estate is a younger generation that's
Yeah.
coming. And, you know, not younger in age, but younger in mindset, right? And
Mhm.
so people really have to be able to adapt to that.
Yeah.
Everything is moving really fast, and one of the things that I'm telling people right now that I've been saying this for months. The era of the professional agent is here. Non-professional agents, that's really the big difference. And I know that you guys are probably hearing this all over the place right now, but I've been telling people for this for 2 years. I've been
That's
telling them,
correct.
non-professional agents and
Thank you,
professional
Jeff.
agents, it's the big distinction, right? That's happening, right? And so, I think a lot of agents think that it's just tech, but it's not just tech.
Mhm.
It's tech. It's programs. It's iBuyers. It's corporate America getting into real estate. Now all of these changes are all happening at the same time.
Mhm.
AI, right? So you have to be, I think, a part of a team that's going to be able to help you, digest all of these changes that are happening
Right.
at such a rapid pace.
Wow, that's awesome, man. And just kind of going back to our collaborative work, and you guys have really built an environment here at Power where it allows us to speak our mind,
Of course.
grow together, have fun with each other.
Of course.
So just my last topic here, how has Power really been different from some of the offices that you've been in the past?
I mean, it's night and day, man. So one of the
Mhm.
things that Jeff and I talk about, Jeff, my partner, shout out, big dog, um, is we're going to basically we're building our office from the inside out. We're building it around our agents,
Mhm.
and really, our agents to us are our clients, they're our customers. You guys are the people that are basically our bosses, right? You guys are the ones that are telling us these are the things that are working, these are the things that are not working, right? We're just trying to implement and listen, Obviously, we have some high level conversations with
Right.
certain people, so we take that in as well. But I would say that I've never been in a more collaborative office than what I've been around as far as power goes, or any of the offices that I've been in. It's always been about teaching others and working with each other. So that's one big thing that I would say. The second big thing is the adoption of tech that we have in our office is above anything else that I've
Right.
seen in the industry. And really the commitment to hard work and dedication to making phone calls and having fun and doing all of that. I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen that in other offices. We believe we're professional sales athletes, right? And we practice every single day. And I don't think that people understand how much further we are than a lot of other agents. And I don't want to say it like that, but I mean, are you practicing every day, or are you practicing on your clients? Right? It's one of the
I
things
think you have the confidence to say that because the work is been done. It's documented. The work is being documented every day.
Yeah.
So that's why you're able to confidently say that.
Yeah, I
Would you agree?
mean, you guys are in here every single day. I mean, our listing team practices Tuesday through Friday, right?
Yep.
Like it's not like hey, I come to training
Yep.
once a month.
And
during
some of
the
those
office
meetings aren't
meeting.
easy, man. Some of those meetings aren't easy, but
Oh yeah, no, it's
but
uncomfortable.
we practice hard.
Shit, I feel uncomfortable, man. What the fuck? Like sometimes I'm like, man, that shit looks nice. I want to do that. I know I asked you for to shoot me over a copy of one of your diagrams that you
Right.
have,
Oh yeah.
but like it's just it's uncomfortable. I said the same thing to my wife. We don't want to stay comfortable. We have to look at things to make us uncomfortable. So if you're feeling comfortable, get
Yeah.
up and go do something about it. Because if
There you
you're
go.
staying comfortable, you're just gonna stay stagnant. And Albert Einstein says, in order to keep balance in life, you must keep going. Life is like
I
riding a
love it.
bicycle. In order to keep balance, you must keep going. So
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
So, any closing thoughts, Jose? Any advice for agents going through 2024?
yeah, I would say get disciplined. Treat this business like a real job. And the beautiful part about real estate is that it follows the golden rule. It treats you like you want to be treated, or it treats you like how you treat it, right? And so if you treat it like $1 million job, it'll treat you as such. If you treat it like a part-time type of job, it will pay you as such, right? And so you get to decide your destiny in real estate, and that's one of the most beautiful things about this business. And make sure that you are around people and individuals who have really high standards. And I know a lot of times that could be off-putting.
It can be uncomfortable,
It
right?
could be really uncomfortable to eat your veggies, we like to say. But your veggies will make you stronger. So you need people around you that are going to tell you the truth. And sometimes the delivery may not be right. Sometimes the way to say it, but sometimes there isn't another way to say it, but just to say it.
Yeah, you gotta confront, the reality, and
Yep. Yep.
it is
So,
what it is. But
power up.
thank you so much, Jose, man. I'm super, super thankful that you were doing this pilot episode with me. I've always considered you, a mentor, a coach, a friend. So, I'm really excited to see where we're headed this year in the upcoming years, and see where this podcast is gonna go, man. We got this sick room now, right, to do content in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see other agents too in the office, get their podcast going as well, and see where we go.
Let's do this.
Awesome. Thank
Power
you,
up.
Jose. Let's do it.